Okay, welcome everybody. I hope you're doing good. I had a bit of a rough day, to be perfectly honest. And sorry, now I haven't even configured the chat here. I'm gonna do that real quick. So anyway, sometimes when you have a bit of a rough day, it's best to just relax and sit down and maybe paint a new image, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I hope we have now a real wholesome chill stream. And yeah, I hope you had a bit of a better day. Yesterday was perfect, but the human brain operates on strange phenomena. You just the nice things are so fleeting, and so yeah, you don't pay as much attention to it as you should. And then the rough stuff, even if it's really menial stuff, it just sticks in your head. And yeah, I don't know, I just kind of accepted it. When I'm in this mood, I have to wait a bit, and the next day everything's a bit better. So yeah, sorry if I'm a bit in a rut concerning that. I'm gonna put on my gloves real quick, and with this image, it changed already quite a bit from the thumbnail that we created during the last stream. I picked that one because I like the bold shapes best, and I added a bit of 3D stuff and a bit of photo bash, and I think now we can really try to make that look nice. At the moment we also have a lot of perspective issues going on. I already created some perspective grid lines here. Yeah, but I think we can do that. Again, as always, this just takes a bit of time. Mocky Design, I hope you are doing well. I hope you had a better day than me. I mean, I was hiking, and usually hiking really lightens my mood, but sometimes, yeah, sometimes it doesn't, and this was one of those days. Anyway, I won't dwell on that. I've promised myself I won't dwell on that, and we can focus on the stream here and making a nice looking Sci-Fi Cityscape, which I guess is exactly the right thing to put me back on track. We had a really nice retro quiz yesterday. That was very, very cool. So much fun. Let me see now. Why doesn't this snap to the grid? Now it does. Okay. That's something like that, I guess. And then, oh, what happened there? Now this should be working. Okay. And I want to darken this down a little bit. Not really getting that dark color right. It might be a tad too much already. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. Let's get rid of the grid for a short moment and see how we can maybe improve some aspects here. Yeah, I need the grid here. again. Okay, how do we organize this here? I think first and foremost we need to really dial in the perspective. And this should be rather dark and not light. I mean, I could have done this all in 3D, but as you can see it was just very photo bash like, and I didn't really pay that close attention to perspective. Now I have to redo that stuff. Yeah, sometimes that is beneficial, sometimes it's a bit more work. And just how I worked at that particular moment. Do we need to separate this out? I'm not sure if that horizontal line is bothering me. It's a bit of a photo bash artifact. Let's try to get rid of that as much as we can. Okay, now we have the real dark color here. Maybe we can, I don't know. And with this spaceship here, I do think I want to bring out the silhouette a bit more. Maybe let's do that on another layer. And just add some wings. I don't know, I don't want to go full Star Trek here. Maybe I should, I don't know. It already has a bit of this very Peter F. Hamilton grand space opera look to it, and I do think I want to continue to play with that. Maybe go for a bit more angular shapes here. It should be even darker though. No, something is bothering me about that. I think it should be in another angle here. I don't know. Not really sure what I'm doing here, to be perfectly honest. No, I really don't like that. Let's get rid of that again. do think we need something here for a nicer silhouette. Maybe just some small triangular elements.
Involving as it does balance, contrast, tension, and resolution all brought into play with minimum expenditure. Perhaps if these actions were structured with still greater contrast, motion, and scale, and some as yet unknown qualities, they might be developed through variations that we could recognize and respond to directly and emotionally.
Yeah, not too sure. It looks very, very bad. Let's get the grid once more and see if we can improve the depth of the image here. Maybe we could add a little bit of green here. It should be lighter though. That's too much green. That's too much. Okay, and I also think we might have a problem with the scale here in the background. This and the composition for that matter also. Let's get maybe rid of this building and make it a bit smaller. Put everything a bit more at another level. I don't know. And I have no idea what I wanted to do here. So I think this will be like a foreground element. Then we can maybe have the light coming down here. Yeah, that works a bit nicer. I still don't know what this foreground element is going to be like. I'm sure I want to have one here. maybe look at that shape here and try to improve that a bit. Maybe some darker color here. And we need the grid once more. Or do we? I don't really know. Well, I mean, the light should be coming from, I don't know. Not really sure where the light should be coming from. I mean, is it something like that? I mean, this looks like a bit of a sunset, but I wanted just to emphasize the size of the city, not necessarily go for a sunset there. Before I continue with that, yeah, let's look exactly at the third vanishing point. And correct all of the perspective stuff here. I feel like I start with some easy stuff, and the easy stuff is here. This is already kind of working with the city here in the background, with all of those skyscraper type buildings. They're already pretty much working. And after I gain some confidence, maybe we can switch to something that is a bit more complicated. Can I? No, I can't do that. Wanted to tone down the opacity of the grid here. That doesn't seem to work. Oh, why not? Let's create some variation here in the form. I don't know. Maybe not. When I did this, it looked kind of okay. Have I drawn on this layer? No. Oh, it's on this layer. Need to merge that down. And maybe let's even try to emphasize the city a bit with some lighter colors here. Like we all almost need some heavier yellow colors here. Get that a bit more brightness, and again for the reason of separating things out. This is a pretty meditative step now. I quite enjoy that. We also need to accentuate the form here a bit more, the perspective. Might be a tad too dark, but I can lighten it up afterwards. Yeah, that's too dark. Already know that this is not going to cut it. So maybe we can lighten all of those elements up a bit. And for that, let's grab the soft round brush and I don't know. Why didn't it work now? What happened there? Do I need to redo? Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously I would need to lighten up the city here then. Maybe let's select all of this and Then we do an adjustment layer or something like that. Yeah, still don't know what I'm gonna do with the stuff there. Okay. So now I will do this adjustment layer that I talked about. Where is that? Here, correction layer. And which one do we use? Brightness contrast. I don't know if that gives me the necessary. Wait, did that just fix it? This looks very nice already. Yeah, I mean, obviously I have to do something about the line here, but we can do that. And why is it defaulting to that? And I need to push that. Oh, no. We want to match that down. And this we want to push a bit in the background. And change to the chop brush. Yeah, definitely better than before. And with this foreground element I still have not a single clue what it's going to be like. But I feel like we need something to cut through the midground here. Let's see. I don't know. This should be lighter as well, shouldn't it? Okay. And again, we need to separate out the planes. Here we already have a very sharp contrast. Indeed, this might be a bit too much. I don't know if we... how strong we want a third of those giant structures in here. In the original there were 3, and I think we should stick with that number. But I don't know how much I want to emphasize it. At the moment I tend to not emphasize it a lot and just have it blend with the background. All my skies turn to sunsets at some point. Nothing I can do about that. I mean, a lot I can do about that. Yeah. Yeah, we're still at the beginning. So I think what mostly bothers me is that blue color here is like very deep. We need to lighten that up a bit, I feel. Now I got rid of a mask, which wasn't the bad idea, the best idea. Now let me see if we can drag that color a bit more into lighter territory. Yeah, I think this works a tad better, and here I feel like it can be a bit darker. It's okay because there's a lot of shadow going on here, and it's okay to have that there. Let me grab the perspective grid once more, and then we can have a little look at detailing out some of those spots. Need the other chalk brush. That might be too much with the green here. Gotta tone that down. Already I'm feeling a bit better. So it really is, like you say, drawing and doing creative things usually calms you down. The important thing is, and this is the same with a lot of things, is to just get started. And you gotta suck through those first minutes where you feel like, oh man, I just want to quit. I want to do something else. I want to play a video game. I don't want to do art. And instead of binge watching Netflix or playing, I don't know, World of Warcraft for the millionth time. Not for me. I don't play that game, but a lot of people do. You just have to be patient. After some time, things really kick off and you feel better. Okay. Some people don't agree with me and leave immediately. That's totally okay though. That is okay. Yeah, I know the painting is still in its early stages, so it still looks wonky, and yeah, but this also shows you that pretty much everybody can do that. It just, like I said, being patient. Did this change? And just drawing things over and over again. And after some amount of time, everything just falls in place. Often, more often than not. Sometimes your art is a bit stubborn and you don't have a lot of choices. Sometimes the best then is to just start over. Is that right? Yeah, I need to do something with this horizontal line. It's very prominent and not at all in perspective. Wait a moment. Where are we? This should be here. And then we can tone that down. My own music is a bit too dramatic for me at the moment. Sorry, I kinda don't think this stuff. Let's get to the more mellow stuff, which is not from me. It's just public domain music, but please no really heavy things for me at the moment. Just need to relax. Oh, sorry about that. I do think we need either brighten that up or get rid of it completely. I think getting rid of it completely is the better call. Just fill in a bit of blue here. And then at later stages we can indicate some houses and stuff like that. Already brings out the silhouette of this fighter jet thingy or transport or whatever it is. It brings this out a bit more. I think we need to get rid of that completely. I don't know, the perspective is not following this this vanishing point. I thought I did that on purpose to give it a bit more dynamic, but the more I detail it, the more wonky it becomes. Hard to tell. What is the right call here? I feel like this is way too bright. I can't do that. But let's see if we can maybe just operate with a rectangle here in 3D. Okay, that is not the way I wanted to have this. Well, like that. Yeah, I still need to figure out something about a perspective here. It is not completely going the way I want it. I feel like the spaceship gives such a nice silhouette at this angled view as opposed to following it completely in perspective. I don't know, I might change my mind about that later. For now, can maybe they have a bit of the look like whales or something like that. Those giant structures in the background. Yeah, something like that. And again, if you want me to go a bit more into detail on the process, what I'm doing here, if you have any questions, if you want to chat about anything, please feel free to ask. told you already at the beginning of the stream, I had a bit of a rough day, so I'm sorry if I'm not that talkative. I really try hard to be positive and don't focus too much on the negative stuff. Just a little bit of an excuse if I'm just a bit tired. But I would love to chat either way. Maybe that brings me out of my rut a bit. So feel free if you have any questions at all to ask. But again, you don't need to. I know we have a lot of people just tuning in to have a bit of background while they are doing their own artistic works, and that's totally fine too. Everything is here appreciated. And sometimes I feel like I need to mention this once in a while, that chatting and talking about art is encouraged. I really don't like that extension here. Can we cut that down? I feel like the bold shape works better than having some kind of attachment here. Okay. Yeah, it's coming together a bit. Still a lot of issues, a lot of stuff I need to fix. I need to take a second look. One thing is here, I feel like those buildings are very dark. Yeah, I need to lighten them up quite a bit, I feel. And let's grab the polyline and separate out. I don't know about that. I think at least this building should be separated. Then here we can try to pull that a bit in the background. What do we need? We need the soft brush. Yeah. I think this did the trick. Oh my god. It gets real nice. I like that. And let's see, what do we do here? Let's look for the perspective lines once more. Not really sure about that. It just creates too much contrast. But then we do have a problem with the perspective here. This is why some of the textures here feel wonky. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that all. It's okay. We can reintroduce windows and stuff like that, but I really don't want to emphasize a wrong perspective, so let's just get rid of all of that. And I think here it barely works because it is like this weird, like almost cylindrical structure. I think that could be okay. Sorry about that. I do think we need to taper this a bit. This always makes things look a bit more epic if you have a nice tapering to your buildings. And here I'm just gonna reintroduce color. Yeah, still not perfect, but we're getting there. Just a matter of going back and forth all the time and throw stuff on the canvas until something sticks. Need to grab the perspective grid once more. Look out for the lines. I think I want some tapering here too. And if we add it, let's add it here too. Yeah, something like that. Like I said earlier in the stream, I feel like this has a very Peter F. Hamilton vibe to it. It got this grand space opera kind of vibe, and I really want to lean into that. We could also operate then with a lot of lights and stuff like that, but before we do that I want to have the composition down, and yeah, I think the composition is better, like the perspective on all of the major architectural details, and this isn't completely done yet. Still have to do a lot of going back and forth here before we can think about including all of those elements. I think these buildings here, they still look too dark. Yep, I can see that directly on the little preview image. So I say let's grab a polyline, select them out, and see. We can dial that back until it looks just right. No, this doesn't work. Okay, it's a very wonky mask, but this is not a big deal. I'm gonna paint over this image a couple of million times, so oh man, this looks really bad. But I need to have some layer selection. Yeah. Can't do that without. Okay. Oh no. Oh god. Dang it. Need to erase this out, and now this should work just fine. And now we can really see how far we need to push that back. First of all, I want to have the soft brush, and I want to have a very subtle blue color, and this already looks better. And we can have some, this looks lighter now. This isn't exactly how it should be. It should be a tad darker here, I feel like. Okay, not really sure what we're going with those elements here. What we're gonna do with them. Maybe we can have them intersect with this layer here. Then have a little bit of contrast going on. Yeah, something like that. Not too sure about the details again. But at least we pushed this big building in the background, and now everything sits a bit better. And I have to decide what this is going to be. And it's very important that this element exactly follows the 3-point perspective. No, I need some more foreground element here, but I need to dial this in just right. Not just throwing things around willy-nilly. Now we flip the canvas. I don't know, still don't really like the... Just tell you what, let's get rid of the windows here. They haven't been working. Yeah, that might be a bit too much bounce light there. Maybe we can have some little tower here, something like that. Like a control tower thingy. And we can detail this out later. I just need some... No, this doesn't work. Dang it. I need really to look at the... at the navigator view first and foremost. This tells me what works and what doesn't. That might be it. That might be too dark, but anyway, let's do it regardless, and we can lighten it up along the way. Yeah, not really sure what I'm going to do with this here. The tapering comes along quite nice. the thing works, and also like the big shapes and the background. I think this part of the image I'm pretty happy with. This is critical and this is mid-tier. Okay, light is coming from that side, so this should be lighter. This works. And then we just need to bump up the tonal value here a bit to separate these out even more. Okay, kind of like those little light effects here, a bit of Gotham City vibe. I'm not sure about that. I always look at the navigator screen, and if things start to look weird there, they're not good. And let's get rid of those lines, shall we? I mean, they're a bit of a relic. Like, I wanted to preserve the texture of the photo bash with all the windows, and that didn't work. So I'll just get rid of all of this. And sometimes you have to try different approaches, and for me, especially with photo bashing, I feel like it needs to sit in perspective, or else it usually doesn't work that well. And here, this doesn't sit in perspective, but it works kind of okay. It's always a bit of yeah, gamble. If that works or not. At least for me. Your mileage may vary. Let me just kick this bot real quick. Is it even sensible? Where do I do that? Delete message. Okay, now it's gone. But I mean, they are already gone, and I kind of sometimes worry. No, I don't worry about that, but I'm not sure if I even should kick or do something like that. because they're just automated machines, and kicking them isn't really beneficial, I feel like. This needs to be one rather uniform color, doesn't it? I mean, we can have color variations, but we really can't have that much tonal variation except for the time when this touches the city, and then we want this to be a bit lighter. Let's see, I'm not a big fan on this line as it really, it doesn't follow like any perspective. It should be rather like that. The question is, do we want that? Do we want to have like this weird angular shape? Shouldn't it at least intersect with the perspective? I'm not so sure. No, this is way too dark already. I mean, this is a very element very far in the background. There should be the slightest color variation if we even want to hint at other shapes here. In fact, this is okay because it's the backside of the big giant thing. I do think we want to have at least followed that in perspective totally, because otherwise I feel like we're really losing a bit of track here. This has to be like that. What does it? Oh man, I'm second doubting myself here. Maybe it doesn't, but it does look wonky. I don't know, do we want to elongate this? Let's select him from here. Okay. We need to figure out something here. This is not ideal. But I don't think I will do that on this stream. I have to photo bash a couple of things, and then I will know the form if I have arrived at it. Where do we have to lie? Yeah, okay. It is that way to have shadows. I also feel like this should be a tad lighter. Now it is really intersecting with the background here. That maybe weird, but let's look for a bit of a sharper pronunciation on the perspective. And we can even have like a little person standing maybe here. No, this doesn't make sense perspectively. It's very central, that's why I don't like it. That's okay. Let's leave it there for now. I think the problem with this building is that it doesn't taper. Rather, it gets bigger. This is why it looks a tad bit weird. Oh my gosh. I have to breathe here a bit. On the preview, this seems to have made things worse, not better, but I don't know. I think this is the big plus point when doing thumbnails, is that you now have like these really big shape in the backgrounds, and they are the thing that make this image work a bit. The city is hit and miss, and the foreground still has this perspective issue. It's okay though. We're getting nearer. Get rid of those lines here. No, let's leave it like that. Yeah, I mean, I think I will get rid of this here. It's such a weird tangent. It kind of always bothered me, and now we finally get rid of that. because it amplifies the problem with the cylinder. It just doesn't need to be there. Okay, let's look at the perspective grid. We try to correct some of those very weird perspective lines here. Oh, this looks very dark. Lighten that up a little bit. Yep. I think it's coming together a bit better now. Sorry, I repeat myself a bit at this point. I'm very sorry. But I'm pretty much concentrating a lot on getting this to look right. I mean, I'm really second doubting the whole thing here. Like, this looks so similar in form. I don't know. I think I will maybe try to get rid of this altogether. We can try to emphasize scale by adding in some clouds here, maybe? What do we have then? I think here. Cool noise. Okay, not exactly what I'm looking for. That's not what I want either. Lighter leaves, no. Clouds. Just trying some shapes out here. Yeah, this emphasizes scale, I think, a bit more. Okay. We need to have a second lock though. Do I want to match that down? That is the question now. I think we just save another version and then we can continue working with the merged down version. Oh, I did save. No, I didn't save the time lapse. It's not a problem though. Well, let's save this under Cityscape 3, and then we can merge down the clouds and continue painting from here. Oh, you're not here. No. Okay. Yeah, we need some lighter tones here. Okay. Well, okay, since the stream is now, I think, almost over and we currently don't have any viewers, it might be a good stopping point. I will certainly continue with this, and we will also continue with the alternate Earth build. I really neglected that project a bit, but I want to continue it, and I will continue it. The thing is, with the alternate Earth thing, I really need to have reference going on, and it's a lot more complicated to do that as opposed to just doing a random Scifi Cityscape, for example. I can do that without much reference at all, if any. Yeah, but with the other one, it's more difficult. Let me tell you something before we stop here. Let's see if we can maybe just scale that down. Oh, I need to erase that out. And now scale that down. I think this would be better. We need to reintroduce color though. And we need this top brush. Yeah, we need to fill in the colors here, and not sure if that really improved the building. Scaling it down, at least we got now the tapering, but I feel like all the flavor that this little cylindrical shape had is now gone. Yeah. As I said, maybe I get rid of those buildings here completely and replace them with something else. I have to take a good look at that. It's something, when it has to do a lot with those compositional issues, I feel like it's easier to do that off screen, because then I have the possibility to look at various different angles at it and sleep a night over it, and afterwards I arrive to a conclusion that's usually better than just freestyling it and calling it a day. I mean, I feel like it is a bit better than the version we had before. And again, a lot of areas we're not really happy with, but we just started this painting, so it's not the end of the world if some things are not perfect yet. It's to be expected, so yeah. Can maybe even dial this up more. Then we have some tram line running across this area. I don't know. Maybe we want to have that. Maybe we don't. I'm really not sure at this point. Some more tapering. And here let's look at the perspective lines. Okay, let's say we have now about a quarter hour still left, but I think for now I'm very tired, and currently nobody is watching, which is fine. I've got no problem with that. In fact, sometimes I really enjoy to be a bit on my own and pure with the art. It's totally okay. But since I had a bit of a rough day, like I said, and I'm a bit sleepy, I think I will call it a day now. And yeah, if you watch this on video on demand on YouTube, I hope you did enjoy this, and we are gonna continue it in the next stream. So yeah, I'm gonna save it and call it a day. Do we want to raid somebody? I'm not even sure. No, we can't raid somebody if nobody is here. So I just quit the stream now. Yeah, that makes more sense. I don't feel like doing a lot of Twitch. I mean watching a lot of Twitch. So yeah, let's just quit the stream and see you all next time. Goodbye.